Now you're starting to say I don't even know when I have sex. No, I know when I have sex, right. That's never been a problem, right? I know if I can have morning wood or not, right? The penis is either soft or hard, right? When you have morning wood, it gets hard and you wake up with a hard on, right. What they call it, right? Medically speaking, right? And your penis is of a different size and girth, right. Now that also means you are having a wet dream to make it wake up with the I know. But it also has nothing to do with the person next to you, right? Like I told you one time, David Pelham himself woke up with a heart on next to me, but I don't take it personal, right? I know what that is. I do the same thing, right. But it's not about the person next to you, right? See, a wet dream don't even mean the dream is sexual in nature either, right? You're just waking up with what's called morning wood. Now, I can prove my marriage because either I have the divorce papers or I can get, if I needed to, and I'd have to go back to Portsmouth for it, but I'm sure I could locate the marriage certificate, right, itself, because we got married March 15th, right, 1994, right. Right, Daphne? Right. We met February 15th, got married March 15th. A month later, Mm-hmm. Though what she needed and what I needed were two different things, right? I know. I'm the one looking for a wife to settle down with, but she wasn't really needing a husband for the sake of having a husband. She was needing a husband to get her daughter from her mother, right. So that kind of changes even our reasoning for being with the other person, right? See, if you're marrying someone out of love, that's different, right? But if you're marrying someone because you got to marry them, right, you might not treat that person as well as you should, right? Which is what I mean if she left me stranded in Tennessee, right. If you marry someone for the wrong reasons, it's going to show up in your behavior towards that person, too. Even if they're marrying you for the right reasons, right? They wanted a wife, right? Now, is that a terrible thing for her to do? No, I guess not, right? She had to do it, I guess, right? But all you can do, like I told you, is looking back, understand what she was doing, right. You can't change it, right? I can't change it. I know I have a son from that relationship, but I also know I was having sex with Mary Bell until we broke up in August or September of 96, too, right? I didn't just have sex with Mary Bell, I had sex with a few other women, too, right? And I just don't remember their names, or it was in a different, I don't know. But I know it was sex. I know it was sex. So did they know it was sex? All right. Now, Denise I met more in 98 before I went on disability anyway, right? And again, right. The whole point is I know when I have sex. Now, for instance, today I'm catching the WPGA Tour and I see Rose Zhang, right? Now, all I know is I know someone named Rose I used to date, right? I don't even remember her last name, right? But I don't know Rose Zhang would be with me just because she's in Augusta, for example, right? But I do know I would pray for her to make the shot. And she did, Does that mean anything, good or bad? I don't know. It depends on how good she was doing before I noticed her and prayed for her. But that's all I would do for her. It's like anyone who watches her play golf, if you're a fan or not, you want her to do well. And coincidentally, I dated someone named Rose too, right? But it don't mean she came to Savannah, Georgia, though she's in Augusta, Georgia, which is a little trip from the other, and she could have. But the question is, did she, right? Well, if she did, I would have to keep that a secret. You know what I mean? Not her, not her. But again, right. I would be more weirder, right, to say something happened with me and her, right? If she is just on the PGA tour and is in Augusta, right, which is where that's usually shot, right, sometimes, right? But I can't prove it, right, at all, right? Right. If Rose Zhang even knows of me, but I would pray for her as a fan, right, to make the shot, and she made the shot. Is that coincidental, right? Is that just Zen, right? You know what Zen is, right? Mm. Or did she know I would wake up in time and see her and pray for her? Question, right? I can't prove that, right? But I do know what Zen is. I do know what Zen is. I'm sure she does too. But at the same time, how well was she doing before that shot, right? Which was her last shot on camera, right? Now she's still shooting in Augusta, right? Because when we came in, they were at par 15, I think, right? So I caught her on par 14 where she made the last shot, right? So she still has 4 more holes to play, right? Now, I want her to do well, period, right? As a fan of her, now that I just found out about her, though, too, right? Well, there was a Rose, right? Per se. Even on the women's PGA. Mm-hmm. But this is what she would have to do, though. Now, there are 18 holes you play on golf, I know. And you play it during the day, right? Right? So they've been on TV, right? Now, whatever hole they start on, I don't know if it starts Friday, Saturday, or whatever, they're almost finished, right? Anyway. And she was on par 14, so when I caught her, right? And she made the last putt, though I don't know how she was doing before then or after then, right? But, all I know is I would support her, period, and want her to make the last putt. Whether I really dated her or not, whether, anything more comes of it or not, right. Period. But she's not supposed to know me, and I'm not supposed to know her outside of that. Her name, coincidentally, is Rose, as was one of the girls I dated, right? Now, I don't even remember her last name either, right? Though I know Rose Zhang now, right? That's her last name, right? But what are you going to do? Tell your daughter not to date me like she's trying to date me when she's not? Trying to date me? Well, what do you think that's going to make her do? Want to date me? Wonder why? Idiot. She don't know me, right? But you're telling her something. Could happen, right? And I'm not telling her nothing. I don't know her. I don't know. You're hurting her more by being worried about something happening around me than if you were to just let her do her job and come in and do the nails or whatever, right, and leave. Problem is, I was in the store too long, right, to just do that, right? And I know because of my plan to see a movie after my nails got done during the normal time period, right, which is 40 minutes, right? So I went into the store with more than enough time to leave the store and see the movie in time, right? Problem is, if I didn't, the time would get longer if we talked about something else, like how old you have to be to do the job, right? If you're doing this job or not, right? Now, the difference is, though, we would do some of it in private, either in the bathroom or in an office area, if there is an office area, which that's part of what I don't remember for sure. Right? But I know for sure there's a bathroom downstairs, but not if there's an office area, which it would have to be upstairs, right? I know that too, because downstairs there's only room enough for the salon itself. I know. I know. And I don't even remember if we went upstairs to talk about it, right? Now, the reason we would have to go upstairs is it's in the office. She would have to have proof she could do the job either way, 15 or 37, right? Now, the difference is she can also have sex with me at 15 or 37, but if she did or not, right, I couldn't verify her age at that point, one way or the other. And I would tell her, though, the whole truth, right? So if she knows at 37 she can have sex with me, but at 15 she can't, and she has sex with me anyway, who's taking advantage of whom there, right? Her, me, or you, right? That's what it all comes down to, right? Right. It does. Who really took advantage of whom in that situation, right? Me or her? Right, right. I know. Now, the only way Zhang can know about me, though, and here's the point, too, is if you know I dated someone named Rose in the past, and you contacted Miss Zhang, right, and you made her paranoid about me, right, right. But then, as she gets to know me better and see how I really am, what if she liked me, right? What if she realized I'm not a bad guy? What if she wants to find out, right, right? Now, like I said, if she ovulates, right, or has her period more at the end of the month, right, right, say around the 20th, and she comes and tries to sleep with me now, right, right, she might get pregnant even, right? If she did during the last week and I don't remember or not, right? I ain't saying she did. Any more than I'm saying I know I slept with Michelle because I lost the time. I don't know that. I don't know, like I said, in the first place, we didn't just talk about it either. But she does, she does. Now, do you deny it if the person asks if they slept with you or not, right? What does denial mean? You know something. You probably know something happened. What's supposed to happen, right? If you're denying it, and I'm telling you I don't remember quite what happened, but I'm not sure if I didn't just black out or something, right? You're making it an issue like we actually had the sex. I don't know. I don't remember. Right, right. Now, even with Dr. Kathy Chu, again, right, I don't recall doing nothing with her. I never said that either, right? But if it is taking a long time, right, right, for her to get in and see me, and all we're doing is, basically a checkup that takes a few minutes, and once you're done, we're done, right? And I already told her I got high blood pressure, whatever, yeah. I already knew that, right? And the Navy is dealing with it, right? And I'm on my medications, right, for them, right? Now, I'm looking for my Carvedilol. I had a big old bottle of it, and it's been missing, right? I can't quite find it amongst my medications, right? Since a few days ago, right? And that's one of my important medications, right? I need to take, right? Regularly, right? So I'm noticing it's missing. Another weird thing that keeps happening is when my milk gets so low, it'll suddenly go bad, right? Nothing else but the milk, by the way. seems to be going bad either, and it's mainly when I'm out the house, I come back and left the milk fine, and then it suddenly get real bad, right? And it's not even in a 24-hour period, it's during the day it happens, right? That's something weird that keeps happening, right? And see, all my medications are right where I can find them easily, right? And I done looked through them all, or I wouldn't be bringing it up again, right? That I can't find the carvedilol, and I know which one is missing again, right, right. So I done looked for it, right. I couldn't find it, right, initially, right. It could be somewhere else in the house, I tell you that too. I might have misplaced it somehow. I don't know how, but sometimes you bring something around and you set it somewhere else and you forget you said it there. That's possible too, right, right. So I'm not being weird. I'm saying I'm missing something that I normally have around me and I know where it's at, right? And it's usually right here and it's not right here, right? That's not illogical either. No, no. That can happen to people normally too. Even misplacing my key, whether on base or not, that's something that can happen, right? To anybody, right? And you got to have a backup plan, especially if you put your sight patients on the third floor, right? That makes some sense. Yes, it does. That's why I fell, I guess, or whatever happened. I assume I fell, but you're getting all in my business when you know something didn't happen there. What didn't happen? I got off on the roof safely, right, right. I mean, that's the only other thing that could have happened, right, right. And there's several ways to get down from that height, right. One is to swing back up on the roof itself as I came off of it, right, and got up on it, right. The quickest way is to jump from where I'm at, right. But I could also lower myself down and then turn and jump, right. Or if I could make it floor to floor, I could lower myself all the way down to the first floor. And then jump the rest of the way down, which would be shorter distance jump, right? Either way, I gotta jump off the roof, right? Jump down from the roof to get down, right? Or jump off the building to get down. Even if it's going all the way down to the first floor, I gotta jump down to get down from the roof, period. Right? I'm not on the roof normally, right? To begin with. So this is what I told the line officer happened too, and he ruled it in the line of duty, right? That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. And that's because they're not supposed to put you in a room where you can't have access to it, even if you lose your key, right? Right. Which is what happened. That wasn't my fault, right? Right. See, if you got a key to the room, you need a master key in case someone gets locked out the room. Right, right. And usually even the motel, they got that kind of feature, right? Because that can happen at a motel, that can happen anywhere, right? Not just on base, right? And they didn't have that in place yet, right, right. And it wasn't like we weren't at the barracks for 2 weeks either. We were there for a while, and they weren't getting all that together in time, right, right. In case that was to happen to someone as well. And that's the whole purpose and whole reasoning behind the fall anyway. I got locked out the room. Right, right. Now I also had money in the room, so either right. The key was stolen to get to the money, or someone stole the money and left the key in the room. Right, right. So either way, the money is missing from the room by the morning. Right. And they asked security what all they found in the room, and they said just the key, right, right. And of course, my, ID and everything else, but, which, if there's no money, and the Navy knows I took the money out the ATM that night, right, right. It was the 15th, right, right. And we get paid around the 1st and the 15th in the Navy too, right, right. I know. So that can be verified, right, right. I know. See, I'm telling you verifiable things. Even my ex-wife, there's a marriage certificate in Portsmouth, right, that tells you when we got married, right, right. And there's also a divorce from Portsmouth, right, which you got to get divorced in the same city you got married, right? So I hired a Portsmouth lawyer, and me and Daphne divorced, and we agreed to the child support terms and all that, right? And again, that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know, right? Anything more than that, you're trying to make something between me and my ex-wife more personal than it could have been, right? Like I'm sleeping on the couch and she's sleeping with her daughter, and you're trying to infer something happened, right? Well, one, she never said nothing happened for 11 years, so who the hell are you to say something happened, right? I mean, yeah. You're obviously paranoid about sex with children, but are you the one who would do it? Right? Or was something done to you where you think you know children and adults can have sex, right? So you're opening up two lines of questions for how you know that as well could have happened with me and my stepdaughter at all if we're not alone, right? And we were never alone, right? And I told you that too, right? I'm not telling you something I ain't told you before either, right? You're bogging me down with your lack of faith in my life and me, right? That we wouldn't know better, right? Even, right? Uh-huh. Bye.